I'm Olivia.
And I'm Shelley.
And this may contain
That's good.
Oh, welcome back to
Hello.
May Contain Chaos.
Another week, another episode, or in our case, whenever we remember to / don't have technical difficulties, we put out an episode. Yeah.
Slash when Olivia ever edits it on time. Chaotic, right? What would it be without it?
There's literally been technical problems pretty much every single episode since we started recording.
But we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there slowly. I'm sitting in a different position today as well. Normally I'm more face, but I'm more like meaning business.
Yeah.
It's the blazer.
Power suit.
It's the blazer. I wish I did have matching bottoms and be like,
Oh.
Terrible.
Shelley's business.
How are you? How is life since I last saw you?
It's all good here. We've got some strawberries growing in the back garden.
Yeah, I saw them. They're very cute.
We did have 2 red ones. We ate them. One tasted horrible, but Frank had just put sun cream on, and when he ripped the strawberry apart in his hand, so I feel like I just ate sun cream and a little bit of strawberry.
How long do strawberries take to grow?
I don't know. I feel like we've had that basket for like a month, and there was no strawberries on it before.
My toxic trait is that I would put it on it and then expect it. I'd be like, where are all the fucking strawberries?
But they've come quite quickly. Since the last time you came, I think we showed you the baskets, but there was nothing going on.
I can't.
But they've fully. They're just green. They seem to go. And also, I was saying this to you, did not know strawberries grew from flowers. I just thought there was flowers, and then maybe there's also strawberries. Not the flowers become the strawberries.
Yeah, I only found that out about half an hour ago. Also, so
we've been telling everyone. We've been like, did you know?
Did you? No.
That they're flowers and they turn into strawberries because I had no idea.
My God.
And apparently no one else did either. So I don't feel so stupid now.
No, I feel that's one of those things. Actually, very relevant to what we're going to discuss today.
I don't
actually,
know. Olivia's in the driving seat. I'm the passenger.
I am. Full disclosure, viewers, listeners, I am hungover.
Lightly again.
I went out for lunch.
Mediumly.
Mediumly. I went out for lunch and somehow did 3 bottles of wine between 3 people.
Yeah, but that's still a bottle is me having a really good night out.
And then end up in a casino.
But you doubled your money, you said?
I doubled my money, that money being £5.
Gamble responsibly, see
£10. I'm a bit of a go in, just keep going. It's the roulette machine. That thing won't let me leave. I can't leave it.
See, when I went to the casino, we went years ago, same thing, roulette, but I had £20. I drew £20 cash out. And I said, no, I didn't draw it out because I'm not paying the ATM fees in there. I had £20 cash with me. And I said, once I spend this money, that is it. And I went on the roulette and my number came up and I won like 90 quid. And I was like, yeah. And I said, I genuinely didn't gamble anymore. That was it.
I swear to God.
It's brilliant.
I will spend £20 on a cocktail in London. But if it depended on me, if a mugger came to me with a gun in his head and said, draw out £20 from this cash machine, I'd be like, it's charging £1.20, bro. I'm not paying. There is no way I will
Can I have your
do
bank
anything.
details? I'll send it to you.
I'll just pay that. There is no way. Yeah, that hate withdrawing from anything is petty, but I hate giving money to banks.
Because you're like, what's that £2 got me? I could have got a double cheeseburger for that.
Today, so I thought today would start with, so it will lead into it.
I'm scared of
some weird news from the week.
Okay.
Some of my favourite stories that I've heard this week. One being...
I don't even know.
One being... It will come to the topic, I promise we'll get there. One being that exorcists may actually be inadvertently helping the devil.
I love that. That's so ironic. Oh my God.
So, according to a pastor... Dan Dazelle said, according to Dan Dazelle, he said that demon bashers, never knew that was a term.
Sounds like a kink.
Could be a useful weapon in Satan's arsenal. I'll just skip it. I'm like, reported the Daily Star. I mean, I don't know how trustworthy these sources are. The pastor from the Redeemer Lutheran Church in Papillion, Nebraska, US, said the devil might be unfazed by the efforts of the exorcists.
He's up. All right.
No one gets into heaven by being an exorcist, but only by repenting of your sins and trusting Jesus to wash you clean with the blood he lovingly shed for you on the cross, he advised.
Fair.
So, I don't know where that leaves us.
I just love the idea that they're like, the power of Christ compels you. And then Satan's just there with his popcorn like, I don't know what this geezer's doing, but this is quite fun. Do you know what I mean? He's like completely unfazed by it.
The devil's just like, thank you.
And he's like, you done. Alright.
Oh,
so anyway.
my second favourite story of the week. British seagulls are taking drugs.
Do you know what? That's very British.
Very British.
Do they also deal drugs? Or they just
So, I don't know, the streets of the gulls. The Britain's seagulls are pinching stashes from drug users, said Metro. There are increasing reports of the seaside birds swooping down to make off with drug users' stashes, in particular a group of synthetic cannabinoids. That word looks like it's made up, known as spice. The drug can cause euphoria, talkativeness. I'm not getting that word today. Paranoia and nausea in people, but surprisingly enough, there's been very little research into the effect on seagulls. So we'll just have to
seagulls
see.
are geezers though. They're like, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? So they're just used to taking whatever they want.
Didn't they take a tiny little dog?
Yes, they did. And he
It's
ended
all right,
up dying.
No!
Yeah, it's really bad. Because it was like a little chihuahua, like a little Scotty dog.
I thought he survived it.
Nah,
oh, no,
I think
it's bad.
because obviously they don't have claws, do they? They've got flat feet, seagulls do.
Yeah, so I thought that. Oh, he couldn't pick it up.
Beak, and then they just like dropped it or something. I could be paraphrasing, but that poor dog.
Look, seagulls, I tell you.
Fucking savage.
Seagulls.
I do kind of miss living by the sea though, because I do actually quite enjoy the seagulls. Like, you know, when you go to Brighton, their seagulls.
They're crazy. They're terrifying.
And
those
they're
things.
huge.
They're big.
They're big lads.
They're big boys.
They roll up their sleeves and they've got tattoos. They've got prison tattoos under their feathers.
There's some scary.
They're really scary.
There's 5 stories. We'll get into.
No, I'm loving this. This is brilliant.
The third one, a lottery winner couldn't eat his kebab. It's just so British. This whole thing. It's a bus driver who popped out to buy some bread ended up with a mixed blessing of a 1 million National Lottery scratch card, but a cold doner kebab, reported ITV News. Steve Goodwin from West Devon bought the scratch card as he awaited his takeaway doner. However, after discovering his big win, he was too emotional to eat the snack. I sat in the kitchen and tried to eat my kebab, but I couldn't, he admitted. In the end, I just put it in the bin.
No.
But that's you're winning 1 million.
Yeah, but you can put in the right
I could buy 1 million more kebabs.
How much are they where you are?
They're like I'm thinking they're a pound. Obviously
chips maybe, but have you had a kebab? I know you're veggie now, but I don't trust that elephant foot looking piece of meat spinning around.
I think it looks so vile, but it tastes so good.
I've never had a doner. I can't trust it.
Mine was a long time
I've
ago.
had a couple of times, like, but even then I'm like, ooh, I'm too scared.
Mine
I'll
was
go
a
to like
long
Turkish and have
time.
that kind of kebab, but like, you know, the proper like Bossman 2 a.m. chips, cheesy chips.
If you're having a kebab sober, there's something wrong with you. You have a tea.
As in a cup of tea? Or
You have a cup of tea. You have a sausage roll.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing with them both? Sausage roll here, cup of tea here. What's happening?
I'm waiting for the tea to cool down. I'm eating the sausage roll in the meantime. Is he dipping his sausage roll in tea?
1 in 10 dunk sausage rolls in their tea. 1 in 10.
That fully makes me shudder to like my core.
1 in 10. It's like, so you have chips and you have McFlurry. What are you doing?
Okay, I have had a dip before. It's okay, but to be honest, I'm saving the McFlurry for the end.
So
I'm not against it.
I get it. It's like a little party going on in the mouth.
It's a little sweet, a little salty going on.
It's a little crazy.
A little crunchy, a little creamy.
I like the mix. I recently got introduced to.
Same with milkshake, like the
I guess that's the same concept.
Machine's got to be on for a start, so the likelihood of you having that combo is very low.
When I've seen the worst of humanity working at McDonald's and that machine breaks. I'm like, wow.
Oh, you used to work at McDonald's, didn't you? Ages ago.
And I'm like, go down the road. There's an Asda next door. So I recently got introduced to
chippies and
A
dippies.
cheese and onion crisp, right, with a piece of dairy milk chocolate on top. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
You sure it wasn't salt and vinegar?
No, cheese and onion.
Ooh. I've done the salt and vinegar.
It was...
Like, you've had a bit of salt and vinegar crisp left in your mouth and you had a chocolate bar and you're like, ooh, kind of spicy, kind of nice. But cheese and onion, ooh, was it nice?
Delightful. It has to be, though, apparently I've been told.
You said turn it up.
It was so specific. It has to be a specific crisp. Oh, that was a lot of...
What brand is it?
I can't remember now. I'd have to ask. I think it was some obscure brand.
So
it can't be a Walker's. So hit me. I'll find out the information and get back to you. But can't be a Walker's. Has to be this specific crisp. It's like a version of Lay's, but not Lay's. But that's Walker's. But it looks like that packet. It looks like I'm chatting a lot of shit.
Probably the Aldi's one or something, isn't it?
I think it was expensive, but that I tell you what, but I would not dunk my vegan. I would not dunk my vegan sausage roll into my soy latte.
My matcha soy latte with organic agave nectar. No way.
There's no way.
Absolutely not.
Have you met my friends? Me and my friends are going out.
No, I'm not into that.
No, 1 in 10 don't
The
kill.
pastry's going soggy. There's flakes in your tea. It's not on.
No, the flakes in the tea, and then it'll just sit at the bottom.
And then you have
Criminal.
oily skin on the absolutely disgusting.
If I see that, I'm arresting a man or a woman or
whoever
anyone.
they are, jail. Immediately
Bro,
jail.
like, once when I was in Rome, God, could I get any more middle class sounding in the last 5 minutes? When I was in Rome,
I'm from Essex. I'm not middle class.
I'm from Essex. I'm lower economical status. So no, actually, yeah, not middle class.
Olivia was literally sleeping on her sofa for like 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
you didn't have a bed in your house.
In my
She wasn't fully homeless, although I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. So I went to Rome, and there was a prison like opposite where I was staying. So at night I could
Sorry,
hear.
what's his skins? You know, they go to like fucking Russia.
It was a bit like that on with my friend. Me and my friend went to Rome, and then there was a
So
prison.
you went like last year or whatever.
Yeah, so it was recently, and I was like to her, I was like, "Yo, is that like a prison to you?" And she was like, and I was like, I can't remember who booked it. I think it was her that booked it. I was like, you're not going to for that. But, like, the apartment was really, really nice. But yeah, it was next to a prison. I mean, it was cheap.
And do you know what you've got to do? You've got to train the seagulls to go in and deal them drugs.
There was a lot of goals around there, let me tell you. And at night you could hear them going, "Rah!" And then they all just roused up, and then they would settle. And I was like, what's happening there? Anyway, it was real central. It was terrifying. But if you looked out, you could see the prison guard just walking along, and I was like,
probably made you feel a little bit safe, though. Maybe.
I thought, you know what makes me feel? What made me feel safe was knowing that they could, like, if they escape, they're not going to come around. They're going to fucking be gone. Like,
Yeah,
you're actually
that's
probably
true.
safer being near the prison because they're not just going to hang
Or
around.
hidden in plain sight.
Or they're going to come straight to you because you're over the road. I don't know.
This guy wanted to. It wouldn't have been a maximum security one because it wouldn't be that close to like this.
No, so that's what I said. I was like, they're probably just like commitment fraud. Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, like fraud,
like
little
money
bit, maybe a little bit
laundering.
of burglary, but not aggravated assault. That sort of.
Exactly, money laundering. And on to my last story, and then to the topic. So people are now just realising they've been using fans wrong all their life.
I was in like fans when you're hot and yeah. Okay.
Yeah. How would you use a fan?
Well, you've got the old switch it on, aim it at you kind of vibe. But then you also have like, sometimes you can put like a cup of ice in front of it, that'll blow cold water, oh my god, cold like air at you.
I've never heard of that. I will try that. Because I always get like a cheap desk fan. But this year I'm invested
We
in
literally went
the boy.
We went to John Lewis yesterday and got a £20 fan. But Frank's mum's got the Dyson one, but it's not the long
Horrible
one.
sound.
It's like the little circular one. And And it's well nice because it cools the whole room down. It doesn't just blow air at you. Like the whole room cools down. And I was looking for that one and they just don't sell it anymore.
Oh, there'll be another version of it somewhere.
They've just, I don't know how much that one is, but all the other ones are like fucking £400. I was like, I just want that little one because it's really good. Might see if it's on like Vinted or something.
How much? I just started selling stuff on Vinted.
Yeah, you were going to bring me some clothes.
I completely forgot.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
I've got a lot of clothes to
I've got a bag. So, apparently...
Enlighten me. What's the best way to use a fan?
According to a TikTok user called Leah White 4828, who left a quote, jaws dropping, the correct way... I don't want to get this wrong. The correct way is to have the fan facing a window with the windows open, and then you turn the fan on and it basically sucks all of the warm air out of the room outside. And then at night when it's cool, turn it the other way around and it pulls the cool, fresh night air in. They just had it on for 15 minutes and my room is probably the coolest it's ever been. It's wearing shades, it's wearing jackets, it's going out at night.
Got tattoos,
you don't have to switch to the cool side of the pillow. Because it's right there with you.
How you doing, baby girl?
Yeah, it just drops like 5 hours. Like, how you been out often? Starts a cigarette.
Yeah, he's been working out.
Oh my god! So that
the fan's gonna risk it all. It just grabs the chin like.
Why am I attracted to a room right now? I'm pretty confused. So that leads on to me a topic of what are things that you should have known your whole life.
Oh.
And only
like
recently, like the strawberries. So very on topic.
Mind.
So one is the eating Pringles. So how do you eat Pringles?
Aggressively.
I'm not.
Is that the right answer?
Like,
literally.
My hand's going in.
It's because they've got MSG in them, so literally you can't stop eating them.
Is that what's in there?
Yeah.
God, that shit is good.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
so good. You're just like, I'll just have a few more, then you're like, you're like chopping them down and you're like, I can't stop, take them away.
My friend, when we went to Japan, my friend made us these. We stayed in one night and she made us these veggie noodles. There's nothing of any.
She put a sprinkle MSG on.
She sprinkled some MSG in there, and I was like, "Why does it taste so great?" She was like, "It's because it's killing you." And I was like, so the proper way is to not this, but it's the other way around. So the concave side on your tongue is the more favourable side, and your maximum your Pringles experience. So I always put it in like this could get photoshopped. Well, it's too late for my reputation.
Right, so the Pringles are like a spoon.
So reputation. I should have Pringles for this whole.
I do have some Pringles. Should I go get them?
Oh my god, yes. I would also like to consume a Pringle.
No,
what flavour? I'm sorry, I'm just in it for the Pringles.
We're just gonna see. We can't eat. The thing is, we can't eat because we're recording, so we can only do.
I'm gonna.
Right, I've got two. Do you want one?
Thank you. Right, so you would eat it like this, right?
Yeah.
So it says this way. Wait. That's the more flavoursome side.
That was awful as hell though, wasn't it?
That was horrible.
Should we just do a little have that broken bit? Let's do
Oh, thank you.
Let's have a little ASMR break.
So,
hang on.
Aside
ASMR break.
Oh, another helpful tip. God, they're addictive. MSG. You sexy, sexy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, crack.
Literally, I've not done any drugs, but I can imagine if drugs are this good. Oh boy.
Well, damn Pringles. Damn Pringles. So another tip, you can slide a slip of paper on one side of the can, pull it out and make a makeshift tray for your Pringles.
I can just swallow them whole instead.
God damn, they're some sick boys.
I'm putting them on the floor, like so they're proper out.
Yeah, get them out of here.
That's the best. What's your favourite flavour of Pringles?
Texas barbecue. That was real quick.
I don't like
recently,
my sister loves them.
paprika.
Oh, I've not had paprika.
Oh.
Because you know the paprika crisps that you get sometimes?
Yeah.
Those are good. They will
Always.
smack.
The
and
Lay's.
You get paprikas on holiday, yeah. Oh.
Something about going on holiday, yeah. I will devour a whole bag of crisps.
The big bag.
Yeah.
And the Hamon ones as well. And Fanta Limon.
Oh, Fanta Limon. It's like I could have a gallon of
lemon that you can get in the UK.
It's not the same.
Fanta Limon that you get.
There is a drink in Ireland called red lemonade, and it's illegal in. It's illegal in the north or the south. I can't quite remember. It's either illegal in Northern Ireland, not legal in Ireland, or the other way around. And this shit's got so much sugars in. It tastes like flat Lucasade. It is delightful, but so bad. How many times am I being sponsored by the word delightful? So
Olivia's word of the day.
Delightful. It's so Moorish, that stuff. And I love...
Do you have it like with alcohol, or just have it like on its own?
I think you can probably have alcohol. I reckon it's so good it would take away the taste of vodka. Yeah. What's your combination? Like, if you're going to have vodka and you're going to have a soft drink, what's your go-to?
Cranberry, to be honest. Or sometimes I do a vodka soda lime.
I always vodka soda lime. My friend used to vodka Fanta orange, and it's the most dangerous combination of two things.
I have done vodka cloudy lemonade, and that is lethal because you can't taste the vodka.
Yeah, it's the same with the Fanta. And Fanta lemon, I refuse to vodka Fanta lemon, even though my friend does it every time. But it ruins Fanta lemon. Yeah, it's so good, but it ruins Fanta lemon for you. Because goddamn, I've never been able to have Coke ever. Like, vodka Coke, I can't. Because it would ruin my Coke Zero fetish.
Yeah, fetish.
God, I'm addicted to Coke Zero. You ask anyone close
Normally
to me.
I say, do you want to, yes, please, because we always have Coke Zero here.
Oh God, don't tell me that. It's like the Pringles. Don't tell me. If I had consensus in the vicinity, I'm like, must have it. So another one apparently is playing Monopoly.
We talked about this in the last episode, because I said, does anyone actually know how to play Monopoly or not?
So it normally begins because we're bored and ends up causing the boredom itself. Yeah. Monopoly isn't supposed to run for 5 hours. Free parking was supposed to be a respite until home players decide to change the rules. Other players can bid on a property if a person who lands decides not to, and more. And according to a study, 68% of Monopoly players have admitted to skipping the rule book.
See, this is what I said when we did our last episode. Well, it won't be now because the episode's come out. There's going to be another episode before this one.
Yeah.
I said, when I was playing Monopoly on like the PS4 or whatever, I realised I didn't know the rules. I just thought I knew the rules.
I get my attention span small.
I know. And that's what I said, unless I'm winning, I'm like, boring.
Limited. And I was going to bring a banana for this one, and I left it on my side. So there's a real lonely banana on a radiator. I do have a banana
in the kitchen.
Well, I can...
What is this? Shelley's fucking props. What's going on here? Does this mean I have too much? What else is going to come up? You're going to be like, so I did have a lamb's placenta. I'm like, oh, I've got one in the kitchen. What else is coming up there?
There's a burger, a soda can, and a steering wheel involved as well. It's like the start of a bad joke.
I can get a banana if you want a banana.
We'll discuss it.
Okay.
And then we'll see. So, we don't know who decided that peeling a banana should have been done from stem down, but apparently peeling it from the bottom where the black spot is makes it a cleaner, neater experience.
You said
no
this, but I've
strings
tried
over.
it and I can literally never... Oh, so no strings.
Sorry. No strings attached.
I was like, okay, you
go. Wait, no strings? Wait a minute.
Oh, well, that was like the most ADHD thing ever there.
Yeah.
I've tried it, but it just doesn't work for me. Like, I can never do it. And I end up like thumbing my way through it. It's just like, ooh, bruise. But I kind of like the idea of no strings, I'm not going to lie.
So no strings. But, so I will try it. Try it. Get back to me. Let me know how it goes on. How are you holding the steering wheel?
Right, that's not... Oh, I think I thought about it too much. I sometimes... It's supposed to be 8 and 10, isn't it? Or 10 and 2. No. Yeah, 10 and 2. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I do this.
Oh, sometimes I'm a lean my hand here, like, I don't know, like I own the roads of Southern America, and my hand's down here, I'm like, this feels illegal.
Frank does it like arms locked.
Oh, no.
I know, it's very bizarre.
That feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I'm always like hanging. I do it either at the top or at the bottom. I normally do it at the top.
I can't even think. I think, yeah, maybe I'm a 10 and 2. So normally the most common is 12.
Twat! Who the fuck's... What?
12. People like this.
How would you even steer? Right, this is why people are bad at driving.
Most common the 2 and 10.
Yeah.
But this bad habit, I think they told you that in... Oh, maybe you didn't. Did my driving instructor... I can't remember. I'm sorry, Gary. I can't remember a thing you fucking said to me. I came out the driving instructor. I was like, whoop. That's information I'll never know. Now my hands are out the window. So just driving with my feet.
Steering with that tips.
I wish they were big enough. This bad habit is apparently a safety hazard. The proper way to clutch the wheel is to hold it at 3 o'clock and 9. Where the fuck's 9? Here.
Opposite 3, darling.
This is... Oh, where's 3?
They're like this. This is 3, this is 9. Where the hell were you?
I was about to give the
11 and 5.
I was about to give the car its time of his life.
The car's like, it weren't revving before, but it'll be revving afterwards. And then I'll jump start the car for you.
What the fuck? I was like this. I was like playing Twister.
Oh.
So, where the fuck? Why am I contorted? Why can't I went 3?
No, that's not right. They always say not to do 3 and 9.
Why the fuck did I think 9 was down here? What clock am I? What dystopian time? 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Where the joints are. Holding it any other way blocks the airbags from fully inflating should you get in a collision. So if you do this and it's like...
I'm not being funny, right? This is the safest for control. If I'm doing it down here so the airbags don't go me, I don't have the control to make sure I'm not in the fucking crash to begin with. Also, the airbags are the least of my worries if I'm in a crash. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't inflate properly. They're coming out at like fucking 200 miles an hour or something. They have a black eye.
2, I will... This, yeah... 2.
We look like people who don't drive. We're like,
you think... I'm an average driver. I was having this discussion yesterday with my friends. I'm not the best driver in the world, but no one's dead yet. And that's how I'm going.
How many accidents have you seen in your rearview mirror?
None.
That's good.
Wait, was that a trick question?
Some people are like, oh yeah, no, I've never been in an accident, but I've seen loads behind me where they've been like, and then people have just crashed behind them. I've never been in an accident. I've not hit anything. I've been rear-ended once. I was at a standstill as well. That was terrifying. Me and Frank were on the way to the beach and I was dressed like absolute shit. I was wearing a nice dress. I had my bikini underneath. I had like my dusty trainers on and in my old car that they don't even make anymore. But it's clean, but it's old, you know.
What car? Oh, this car.
Yeah,
no one makes... What car is it?
It's a Hyundai Getz. They stopped making them in 2008.
Why did they stop making them?
Because they made the i10 instead. They were like, oh, fuck this. And we was driving to the beach quite early in the morning. This is a couple of years ago. And there was traffic on the road and I'd stopped. And I'd been stopped for so long, I'd managed to get my orange juice for my McDonald's breakfast. And I opened it and I went like this and I just thought, ugh. And someone had rear-ended me. I was like, oh my God. And luckily, nothing had happened. Like, I just have 2 dents from like where the license plate held in. No, they're only small, so it's fine. And my car's like literally not worth anything. And it was fine. But the girl looked so good when she came out the car. And I was like, everyone's going to think like I look so disgusting compared to this beautiful like young girl. They're going to be like, oh, this girl, I don't even know what. Braked suddenly.
Somehow you're the problem.
I know.
This girl's car was in the way of this other girl.
Literally, I was doing that, but I was still for like 5 seconds before I got hit, and I was confused because I thought I'd stalled, but my foot was all the way down on the clutch.
Oh, I stalled at a roundabout today. I was embarrassed. Oh, I gave myself big ick. I was embarrassed. I was like, sorry. And then I stalled again because I'm all over the place. I was like, I'm sorry.
The stalling is bad. I mean, you get flustered. And to be fair, I don't really stall that often, but like that bit's the horrible bit.
It's because I was really...
It was on the way here?
It was on the way here.
We listened to Taylor Swift, you were going to say?
I was listening to Taylor Swift's new song, which is beautiful, called...
Sorry,
You're losing me.
Glorious.
Oh yeah, delightful. Oh God, that laugh came from like the fucking exorcism. So I was listening to Taylor Swift. I was really like, wow, this is a good song. Then I stalled. Not that I'm blaming Taylor Swift, but
yeah, I think I'm an okay driver. I feel like I do all right.
I'm getting from
I'm
A
good
to
at parking.
B. I'm not Jeremy Clarkson, but I'm all right.
You've been in my car, it's been fine. I've not been in your car, I'm not going to lie. Sounds scary.
I tell you what, I've got a bad rep, but I don't know why.
Well, me and Frank and my sister go on holiday. We're hiring a car in America. No, I've driven abroad. We drove in Iceland, and it was like £500 more expensive to get a manual car. We were like, give me the fucking automatic.
It
was more expensive for the automatic, so we got a manual. Going around the roundabouts the wrong way around, because they drive on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
In a manual car is quite scary. But in America, it's all automatic, so we're going to be cruising around in our big old monster truck.
I drove in Australia, and I can't for
They
the
drive
life
on
of
the same
me.
side of the road as
Oh,
well.
okay, yeah, that.
But they
makes
do
sense.
drive automatics, don't they?
We do, and you've got a real. There's something which I did that's really bad. That's wrong, but I can't remember how to describe it. So your automatic to change it has to go down on the brake. Have you ever driven an automatic car?
Yeah, but it's a hybrid, so it's different.
I can't really explain, so I'll probably cut all of this out because it would just be a faff. But it's just, you have to press down the brake, but you might press it down thinking it's the clutch or something. So you might violently brake because your foot's trying to look for the clutch.
Oh, okay.
So I did that on a motorway. But luckily the motorway was dead.
Yeah.
And it was when we were coming off. So it wasn't that bad. But
for me, it's not the left or right foot thing that's scary. In my car, the indicator's on the right-hand side, which makes no sense, and it throws everyone off. I know, right? So I have to make sure I use the indicator on the correct hand side, which is the left-hand side when I drive Frank's mum's car, so I don't just put the wipers on and then just cut everyone off and not tell them I'm indicating.
Oh my God. Once my mum and dad were coming home from Portsmouth and the left, like the indicator got stuck on left. And everyone was like beeping them. And they were like, comically, like, eating a burger.
Okay. Oh, God.
How are you eating a burger? Why do I lose all
Sense
meaning?
of reality, yeah.
So it just says, stop complaining about giant burgers that are falling apart as you bite into them. Just stop. Just stop. Stop. It's not your fault. But it's not your fault because you're probably not holding your burger right. Give me a burger impression, please.
Okay.
It's like a comical cartoon. So the right way to hold a burger, in brackets, please put down the knife and fork, is to firmly grab it. Grab it? Is that grip or grab? Or is that both? It with your 3 fingers on top and your thumb and pinky at the bottom.
Oh, like this.
That feels unnatural.
So like, oh, that's so loud. Like this. But obviously a burger's not this thin, is it?
My fingers aren't making it all the way round. I'd have to have like the thinnest burger. Is this my little crab fingers? This hurts me. Oh, you know what? I'm using the knife and fork.
I'll just eat it.
You've lost it.
I eat it and then whatever drops out, I'll just use with the knife and fork afterwards. Get loaded fries at the end. It's all of the chips.
God, I'm drinking soda from a can.
Surely I've not done that wrong.
You pop it open and you think your job's done. Wrong. Don't throw the tab out. Instead, twist it so that it's right on top of the opening. The hole in the tab is meant to hold a straw in place and keep it from floating up. But we live in the times of no plastic straws, so...
But I don't tend to drink out the can. I tend to pour it in a glass anyway.
I'm a can drinker. I'm just
Unless I'm in the car. If I'm in the car, then like obviously I drink out the can.
Toblerone.
You just keep saying random food names.
Toblerone is already in sections, so you think... so Toblerone is already in sections, so you might think eating it is a no-brainer.
We've got post-Brexit Toblerones. Do you remember they used to be closer together and now they're like long and weird?
No.
Look.
Have you got a Toblerone out here?
No, I don't.
Oh, damn.
I ain't got that kind of money.
Me.
Yeah, they're like £16 or something ridiculous.
There's a neater way to enjoy it. So most of us automatically break off the triangles in an outward motion, but it's actually better to cut it by snapping the triangle towards the rest of the bar.
I knew that one. Toblerone before.
I never knew chocolate needed instructions.
Literally, just get it in your gob. Look,
what about if I'm just eating it like this? What if I'm getting Toblerone and just going...
They're quite chunky though.
Super.
Look, this is what it was like before. This was like afterwards.
Oh no! I don't think that technique will work anymore.
It does, but it's not as good.
Oh, we got done by Brexit.
Post-Brexit Toblerones.
I voted Remain.
So I remember talking about this at the job that we used to be at, but I don't know if you were there yet. You might not have been. No, because Brexit vote was when I started. So maybe you were there. But look at that. You get less sections.
Typical.
And I feel like they weigh slightly less as well. Joke.
Miss the EU, just want it back.
No,
just want it back.
I feel like shit, just want it back.
Just want it back.
Just want the original Toblerones back.
Beer bottles are actually designed to be held at the neck instead of the body. This way, the warmth of your hand won't interfere too much with the cold temperature
Jackson,
of
you
the
got cold
liquid
hands,
inside.
mate.
Yeah, I got fucking freezing hands. So bizarre things I did not know. Packing cereal boxes. You open a cereal box, what are you doing?
I'm quite finicky with this, to be honest. So normally I'll like get the air out, roll down the plastic, and then I will If it's new, I'll use the little flippity flap.
Okay.
But if not, I will actually fold up the corners and tuck the flap in.
Maybe that's the way.
I don't know how to do it. I don't have a cereal box. But it's like straight, you dent it in there so you can fold it so it's goes to a triangle at the top and you flap the other bit in.
So really anticlimactically, I think that's probably... I don't know. So there is a special way to fold it. So you either just do a little... or you put it in a separate container, put it back in the box and just hope you can get the whole thing done. And Mum in the UK has finally figured out the way to end style breakfast with a proper folding technique. And it only took her 40 years to figure it out.
I thought you were going to say 40 years to perfect it.
But I actually don't have any access to the folding technique. So anticlimactically, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
But maybe search it. So that is, a screenshot. So I've got a few more.
Let me see if I can think of any of that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've spoke a lot.
Oh my God, one thing, this is not quite the same, but this is something I thought. So you know the phrase pen pal?
Yeah.
Right, literally about 5 or 6 years ago, I realised it's because you write to them with a pen. Like pen pal. I, for some reason, just didn't put that together.
It's like, oh God, one of these delivery places, not FedEx, not Yodel. It might be Yodel. Yodel.
Okay.
It's short for your delivery.
No. That makes so much sense.
That was literally a week ago. And I was like, we were in the car and I was like, oh my God.
That makes so much sense.
It's one of those things you should have known all along. I have so many. I could do a whole another episode on that.
I'm just trying to think of any other ones. I'm just not... I'm very much didn't know that kind of person about everything. I just don't realise. I just don't put two and two together a lot of the time.
So the Tic Tac container has an actual little thing at the bottom to hold your Tic Tac.
They're labouring under the impression that I'm going to eat one at a time. I'm not just...
I'm like... Rah! So there's something inside the lid that will help you get one piece out of a time instead of half the box. So when you got, Simon from Accounts, is that a TikTok there?
TikTok?
I'm
a savage.
What? Is that a Tic Tac there? Let's all rephrase. Simon from Accounting comes over. He's like, that's a nice bag of Tic Tacs.
Because you know what it is? As soon as you have gum or mints or sweets or Tic Tacs, everybody wants one.
That's a nice Tic Tac, yeah.
So you give him one and one alone.
So now you got the technique of, here's one Tic Tac, Simon, you fiend. Anyway.
Or you just do what the girl at school would do, just be like, how many Tic Tacs? And you'd be like, I can see them right there in your hand. And she'd be like, no, I don't have any. Once, her ruler had her name on it. And we were like, oh, can I borrow your ruler? And she was like, I don't have a ruler. Oh. I can see it there with your fucking name on it.
I live for the gaslighting of that situation.
You were in year 8. This was
this is me. I would gaslight the hell out of everyone.
When people just want to go, no, now you don't. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone used to get pocketed at my school.
Pocketed? What's that?
So you have a pocket here. Someone literally rips off the pocket. My mum was fuming. And there was a friend.
I'm still friends with him
now. I'm still friends with him now. But he knows who he is.
You know what you've done.
And that man used to pocket everyone. That man must have had a collection of pockets. But what was it all for? He used to just rip it.
He's using them as bookmarks.
And he said, peanut your tie.
Oh, that's the worst. Oh my God, when somebody just comes with peanuts here.
I used to peanut the tie, and I'd be like, and then he'd pocket you. And then they'd do the triple. Which is not as sexy as it sounds. Yeah. Not as sexy as it sounds.
Sexy triple?
So what they'll do... Well, I'd speak about it off camera. Well, I don't know if it's sexy, but I think it can be done.
I know the one when they talk... It can be done.
So, he...
had a collection of pockets.
He collected it like a goddamn bone... So what they'd do is they'd peanut you. This was a thing among our friends.
And while you're in that weak and vulnerable situation...
Still in your pocket, and then another friend will be behind you and push you over. So you're on the floor.
And then a third friend comes and just shoots you with the shock.
So you're on the floor, legs up, and you have to wear shorts. Because at any point, you become a target.
Yeah.
Have to wear shorts. So you're pocketless. Your tie's up here, and you're... like a dead cockroach.
my God, speaking of dead cockroaches, I've actually not seen a cockroach in real life, and I think I'm okay with that.
I've seen a few.
But once, me and my sister, we went to town after school, and I walk really fast. And my sister was like, I don't know, I think I was like in year 10. Because we're 3 years apart, so we weren't at secondary school at the same time the whole time. She came when I was in year 9, year 8, 7. And I was in year 10. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, I was in year 10. She's 3 years younger than me, so she was in year 7. And then when I was in year 11, she was in year 8, and then that was it. So we went at school for 2 years at the same time as each other. But we were walking, and she was like, wait for me. She ran up to me, and some weird magic thing happened, because she, like, her foot, like, touched the edge of my foot, and she flew in the air backwards and just landed on her rucksack. And it was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, we, to this day, are like, do you remember that time you, like, flew? And she was like, it was insane. Like, literally, like, this is my, like, put your hands together like this, like, they're my feet. She went, and she just went, now I feel like that. She went, woof, and just flew off. And she was, like, on the floor, like, and you know when you think, oh my God, someone's pushed me? But she was like, how the hell did that happen? I wish I'd seen it on CCTV. It was the most mental thing ever. It's outside John Lewis.
Have I?
It was so insane. It sounds made up, but she was like 10 feet behind me. It was when she landed.
It's so comical about someone falling over.
But she flew. She actually flew off the ground. Should I try and call her and try and get the story on here? Because it's actually insane.
Yeah, I told you about McDonald's. I told you about McDonald's.
I'm going to try and call Tess. Hang on.
Okay.
Hopefully she answers.
This reminds me of my...
Because I feel like it's going to be really funny to get this on the podcast.
Poor Tess. Trying to mind her own
business. She doesn't
business.
answer me. She's got to go shopping with my nan or something. God, answer your phone, bitch. Where you fucking been, bitch? Where you fucking been? Hello, you're on the podcast. It's not live. I'm telling Olivia and the audience, you know that time where we were in John Lewis and you ran up to me and then you flew?
Uh-huh.
Tell the story.
Okay, I can't remember, it was so long ago. I guess we were in John Lewis and you were a little bit ahead of me, and I think I was like 11 and you were 14.
Checks out.
It's true.
Yeah, checks out. And then, yeah, you were a really fast walker, so I was like running to catch up to you. And as I got to you, like, you kind of turned around and my foot touched, like, literally just touched your foot. And then I went flying in the air, like, 2 feet backwards.
See?
And we were all like, what the hell just happened? We barely touched, and it was insane.
Oh, it was just mad. I was telling Olivia's looking at me like, what are you talking about? I was like, I promise you, like, you flew and you were just on your back, like, because it was after school, you were just on your rucksack on the floor.
Yeah,
like,
it was kind of like, you know, in movies when people get, like, electric shocks and they're like, and they fly backward. It was like that, but I don't know what happened.
Absolutely insane. Thank you, that'll be all.
That is beautiful.
Okay.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
So beautiful.
So it's just such a mad story. I just remembered it. Now you know I wasn't making it up.
I believed you. There's something so beautiful about someone falling over. No. Like children falling over, funny. Adults falling over, funny. A dog falling over, funny.
My gosh.
Like everything's funny.
You know, like everyone's TikTok's different. Like everyone's algorithm's different. Frank's TikTok algorithm is just animals falling over, and like, you know, when they go like they beep a car and the cats are like, and they like panic and they run. That's literally all his TikTok is. There's no dancing. There's no weird things. It's just animals running around and doing silly things and being hilarious.
What is your TikTok algorithm?
It's a lot of ADHD and autism stuff. A lot of like witchy vibes.
Yeah.
Manifestation, tarot.
Yeah, I get the tarot
a lot of like
card.
LGBT talk. A lot of book talk. It's a little bit of everything. Just a little mix of
book
everything.
talk is a vibe. I'm still balls deep in the Taylor Swift, Matty Healy narrative. That's all I'm getting.
We also get throwback of Dance Mum stuff for me and Tess too.
Oh yeah, I get like random episodes of something. I'm like, oh my God, it's unlocked a memory. Like something of Hunger Games. I'm like, well, I will rewatch the whole
I got
Hunger
stuck in
Games.
Twilight talk again recently.
That's a
It's
beautiful.
good.
I love it.
I was like, oh no, again?
Again? When he gets out the car, I will fight.
Where you
a
been,
butch.
looker? That one.
When he gets out the car, there's she's about to get like something bad's about to happen to her with those men, and then he pulls up and he's like, get in the car, and I was like, I dreamt about that happening to me.
Is that Twilight?
That's in Twilight.
Which is also in 50 Shades of Grey, but 50 Shades of Grey is Twilight fan fiction.
I definitely also probably loved that moment. It's not 50 years different. 10 years later.
She was obsessed with 50 Shades of Grey, but she's a Mormon, so it's like Mormon-y fan fiction. Yeah. Sexually reprived.
Wait, so Twilight was 50 Shades of Grey was Twilight fan fiction.
That's why you have the similar love triangle. You've got like her best friend is with one of the siblings sort of vibes.
Who's the other one in 50 Shades of Grey?
One of her really good friends from work who she's been friends with for ages. I think his name's like Jose. It's like a love of Jose.
Oh, yeah. I liked 50 Shades of Grey.
I read the books a long time ago. They are not well written.
I'm embarrassed.
And the film is quite funny because it's not as sexy as you think it's going to be.
No, I think Jamie Dornan just pulls it off because he is...
But I prefer him with his normal accent.
Yeah.
He's Irish.
Yeah.
Nice little detour there.
Have you seen the show where he's the serial killer?
No, but I will watch it. What's it called?
Yeah, The Fall.
That's it. Yes. I need to see that.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. So you need to keep that bit in, like of me calling Tess as well.
Yeah, I will.
Funny.
That is so bad. I once watched... no, I think I've already said the story on the podcast about the guy falling from one end of McDonald's to the next.
I don't think I've heard this.
Oh my God. I don't know if I'll make it all the way through. No, I definitely have told you. I definitely have told you because it involves Fanta and I'm responsible.
Oh,
yeah,
yes!
I've definitely said it on the podcast, so I won't repeat it.
God.
I won't repeat it. That's one of my favourite. Oh gosh,
if you don't know what you were talking about, comment and then we'll put it in the next episode because I think it might be in one. I love that story. So it's such an Olivia story.
That is so beautiful. I told you I got voted during a zombie apocalypse. They voted me as I would get bit by a zombie and not tell anyone. So I would make it. So we did a PowerPoint night, me and my friends. We all did like different subjects. I don't know if I said this on the podcast.
I don't know, but I'm up for it. I love a PowerPoint night.
We did a PowerPoint presentation and each one did, everyone did a topic. So I think mine was who I would help cover up murder for. And then I won't speak any more on that. And my friend...
I'm bold of you to assume it wouldn't be you committing the murder is what I'm thinking.
And then there was one of... Oh, God, I've forgot them all now. Who would be a good getaway driver. It was ratings and then...
Not you if you're breaking
one was... Oh, yeah. No, I was voted fourth.
I feel like that sounded...
But only because the one below me didn't have a driving licence.
No.
That was made clear. I would have been rock bottom.
It's actually kind of joint in that game.
But I do have the fastest car, so that was a pro.
Mine's a 1.4, but it's a turbo engine, so I can get to 20 miles an hour
so
in first
you
gear.
would probably... Yeah, I think mine can power through pretty quickly.
Mine's like, 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, so I got a good car, but the person behind the driver, like, you know what I mean? Not so good.
Yeah.
But, we digress. My friend did the zombie apocalypse, who would survive, and me and my best friend got voted to the end because we both lived as sneaky. And the reason we die is that I take her out. Well, I become a zombie because I haven't told anyone, and I live on a tribe, like a new-found community, and I kill everyone on there because I haven't told everyone. I take out the whole community, and they take my best friend out. And although I think it was deemed that I can't remember if I kill her or she chains me up like Hot Fuzz, and we just live in a collaborative relationship. Like, not in love, maybe. I don't know. Maybe zombie me is a different person.
Similar question. If there was a zombie apocalypse, would you try and survive?
Oh, 100%. I'm going to the end.
Okay, right. Because I said no. As soon as I see that first... swap, dead. I'm not doing it.
People think
Fuck off.
I would be terrible at it, but I know I have a resilience to survive.
I just can't be bothered.
No, I would be
I'm barely hanging on
thriving.
to this current...
You telling me I would not, like, I'm wearing a plaid shirt, I've got a shotgun, like, you just find me at the top of, like, a fucking tree house, and I'm now the leader of a community.
And it's fun, because I would have died months ago. As soon as I saw that first swarm, I've killed myself.
No, I would, I tell you, I would.
Because I'd rather shoot myself than have my throat ripped out, you know what I mean?
I think I could survive it. I would at least
frightening
wait.
lockdown.
No, I think I would survive a zombie apocalypse. I think I would be a sneaky boy. I got told that I'd probably be too loud though. Someone would bring up that Fanta story and I'd be like, ah!
Oh shit.
But that's it. Well, there's a few more, but I think that is the thing. So I don't know if there's any more you can think of.
I think that's about it. I mean, we live and we learn. There's so much, and there's so many things that I'm like, well, shit, I did not know that.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up every time.
Exactly. And I hope the lottery winner eventually got a new kebab.
A fresh one.
With his
All
£1
the
million,
trimmings.
yep.
How long do you reckon it takes to get the money when you win the lottery? Because it's not like next day it's in your
I have no idea. I would assume, I wouldn't tell anyone.
You know, when you win the lottery, if you win like a really, really big amount of money, they have like advisors to help you, and they can't stop you from spending your money on whatever you want to spend it on, but they have like counsellors and like advisors to help you, because it's like a big life change, isn't it?
Yeah.
So people aren't like, I'm going to do this. They'll be like, right, do you need to pay off a house? Do you need to do this? Like, they're not going to tell you what to do, but they'll speak to you to be able to see you can sort of get grounded first. Because imagine going around the world, spending all your money going travelling around the world, which is amazing, and then getting back and running out of money and realising you have a house to live in. Even just a one bedroom flat.
Yeah,
you know
perhaps
what I
I would buy like a 1-bedroom flat in the middle. Actually, no, that would be more expensive.
Yeah, in the middle of London. Okay, well, my 10 million's gone.
I would buy a nice house near where I live. Put my mum in it. I'd fuck off. I'd give her the house.
Maybe get a cleaner, like we were saying.
Get a cleaner, get a
I'd love a cleaner and
gardener.
a gardener. I haven't got the money for that. I haven't got the house for that.
Have you watched the new Selling Sunset?
Right, yes, I'm a few episodes in. Have you seen it all?
I've seen it all.
Sorry, what was that fucking Dunlop skirt that she was wearing? I sent it to my friend Scarlett. I was like, right, their outfits are ridiculous, but this takes the fucking piss.
I was like, there's no, like, that wouldn't even cover.
I've got, like, my vagina, it's not that big, but it's coming out if I'm wearing that.
There was some.
I think my actual underwear covers more than that skirt did.
There was, oh God, a vibe
That
though.
little floral thing that she was wearing as well.
Very Little Mermaid. I enjoyed
But
it.
I'm actually enjoying Heather because she's pregnant. She can't wear such crazy things, but she looks really good, I think.
Yeah.
I'm only like halfway through it though.
No, it's good. It's good. But my toxic trait is I look on that and I think 10 million, and then there's one for 4 million. I'm like, 4 million.
Sometimes they're like, it's 20 million. It's actually a really reasonable price. I'm like, that is reasonably priced.
Yeah,
Also,
something's fucking
what's with
true.
all the bathrooms? They're like, oh, it's got 4 bedrooms and 16 bathrooms. But, oh, fuck. Imagine changing all them loo rolls.
Well, you hire a loo roll changer, I imagine.
There's just someone in there.
Sure.
You know, like when you go in the clubs in London, there's someone giving you the toilet roll. There's just that person just in the house at all times.
I would
You sit on the
love
toilet and they're
that.
like, there you go, and they just give you the 2 squares of loo roll.
Have you been head the whole time? Yes.
And they give you a couple little sprays and a lollipop and you're on your way.
Oh, that's a vibe. I could do that for some time as a job to a rich person. How do it? Well, that's all I've got for today on my things you should have known. I thought there's another episode in there.
Oh, for sure. I'm going to gather some.
Yeah, have a look out there because that's
Tip
TikTok
of the iceberg.
things. Yeah, tip of the iceberg. Thank you for joining us for another episode of
Making 10 Chaos. And if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you rate it, give it a 5-star, subscribe to our YouTube, and follow us on TikTok because there is much funniness on there. Indeed. And if you have a question, email us makingchaos@gmail.com.
Have a beautiful day.
We love you. Bye.